Welcome to House of Bakshi, the podcast where we delve into the world of luxury and fashion e-commerce, uncovering the strategies and stories that drive success. I'm your host, Habib Bakshi, CEO and founder of Sky Diamond Elite. In each episode, I'll share insights, news, industry-wide challenges, and proven solutions. We will also have the privilege of sitting down with titans in fashion and luxury e-commerce to learn from the best and discover what sets luxury, fashion, and lifestyle DTC brands apart. Whether you're a marketer, a brand owner, or simply someone passionate about fashion, this podcast is going to be your backstage pass to the world of luxury e-commerce.
Give me a quick introduction to yourself, Habib Bakshi, Sky Diamond Elite, and the House of Bakshi podcast.
It's difficult to talk about myself. And, I've done a few podcasts now and interviewed some real titans, and I never viewed myself as a titan. But I'm quickly realizing that what I have accomplished has become greater than me. And sometimes it's a difficult pill to swallow. For me today, I look back and I reflect on my life, and I think that some of my microcosm of accomplishments were going to lead me to kind of this giant thing that is the success, which is Sky Diamond today. And Sky Diamond, being that it feeds 100 people, is a proud moment, right? I think for me, talking about my story starts here. I was a high school student, very lost, and I wasn't a straight A student. Got B's, got C's. I tried my best, worked very hard, and I had an individual. His name was Jeev Trika, who took a liking to me. And when Jeev took a liking to me, I didn't know why. I really didn't. I couldn't see where I was talented or what I brought to the table that was valuable. And it was in that moment where he looked at me and he said, it's your grand vision that you have about every thought that you come to me with, where I know you're going to be positioned to be somebody great because you dream and then you execute to make that dream a reality. I'm going to make you believe in my dream and help me execute it into a reality. And that's when I knew I was puristically a business visionary, and that I was going to parlay those skills into becoming one of the best sales engineers. Actually, not the engineering part, but engineering sales to get the result that I wanted. A sales engineer is very different, which is not me. That is Jacob Hagberg. So, as I started discovering my skill set, I worked for a small software company called Azentech, and I was their head of sales because I was the only person doing sales and marketing. I had a yellow pages thrown at me pretty aggressively from Mr. Trika. And the backstory there is he was a substitute teacher, and that's how I met him. And so as I started working for him, and I had lots of things thrown at me. I mean, we're woke today, so we can't talk about that. But so I went through the rigors of understanding what it was going to be to build a business, and it was hard. It was emotional. It was a lot of crying, and I cried a lot. He built me up, he broke me down until I knew and I discovered what my self-worth was. And it was wild. During that process, I started developing a skill. And that skill was sales. And as I started developing this sales skill, I realized that, I can now parlay this weapon, this sales weapon that I now have, into becoming this business visionary, that now I can actually dream and do. That's powerful. When you can start dreaming and you can start doing is when you start unlocking your full potential. And so for me, it started with Azentech. I co-founded Top SEOs with Jeev. And I should say that I didn't really co-found it. It was really a beautiful product and an amazing concept that Jeev created. And I had the privilege, right, to be a part of that ecosystem and help him grow that business and provide strategic value to him. After that, my third stint was founding the largest company in India, SEO.in. My strategy there was, again, being the business visionary and putting that business visionary hat on, is let me create a system where I can introduce the Western methodology of executing digital strategy and pair that with Eastern pricing. And if I do that effectively, I'm going to have the largest agencies buying my product and white labeling it as the best solution possible for their clients. And that's exactly what happened. I landed some of the largest agencies in New York City, in Los Angeles, who are private labeling our product and selling it. And we did do some direct business, but the SEO business itself started crumbling with the advent of Google's Panda and Penguin update, billion-dollar updates that were crushing our rankings, our traffic, and our results. So I quickly tried to pivot. There was a lot of challenges involved, and I stepped down from the company as CEO, and I sold my position in that organization, and it pivoted into something that's a little different today and more focused on SEO puristically for clients in India. So it was rebranded. After SEO.in, I met my business partner, Jacob Hagberg, through my friend Adam Feinberg. So Adam Feinberg really helped me design different packages for SEO.in. He helped me design different strategies for different review sites that I was trying to launch on my own afterwards. And Adam didn't have any interest in digital marketing or digital strategy at the level that I wanted to perform at. So for Adam, he was more interested in becoming a billionaire, in which he's on that road to. He sold his company to Perch for $100 million, went down the Amazon road. And I am so proud of Adam Feinberg today. I mean, amazing move. And so when Adam was basically our senior strategist for SEO, he was like, look, I'm going to introduce you to this individual named Jacob Hagberg on this call that we would host every month for SEO professionals. I met Jacob on that call. And I said, Jacob, I have this vision to now be this bridge between Magento and Shopify, because what's going to happen as these algorithms are changing, there is going to be an advent when these rankings are going to drop, the revenue is going to tank, and neither partner is going to know what happened. The agency on the Magento side isn't going to understand what's happening. The Shopify agency is going to have trouble recovering that traffic, and this is our opportunity to strike. I want to run a high-end agency. I know how to do it because that's all I sold to in New York, right? My skill set was selling to luxury and selling to CEOs. That's the language I knew how to speak. And when I met Jacob, he put his faith and belief in me, and he said, you know what? Go sell it. And I did. And he started creating solutions around revenue elevation for enterprise e-commerce. And a lot of the partners and agencies that gave me a shot before gave me a shot again, introduced me to some great clients that we have today, some really strong consultants, one like Kevin Small, who I work with today, a luxury consultant, brought me in on several different deals, helped us grow, helped us scale. And so here we are today. We're an organization that manages over $3 billion in e-commerce revenue across luxury and fashion brands. We're very proud of the talent collective that we've created. We have former employees from employees from agencies that worked on Louis Vuitton, Burberry, huge, giant brands that are recognized worldwide and internationally. We represent some of the top brands in the world today. And it happened because I put the right people together in the right room. And that's my talent. I'm really good at it, and I'm really proud of the team that I built. And now my job is to protect their legacy, and share my challenges, my successes, my story with the rest of the world, so I can help other students, high school students, entrepreneurs, college students that think they're mediocre, and that have tough days to realize that they're amazing. So that is why I founded this podcast, to sit down with those guys, the Titans, and share my story and have them share their story with me. And, success can happen to anybody. And it's really the guys with the macro vision that are concerned with the big picture and that can put the risk and put the reward as a secondary to achieve greatness. And that's what I've done.
Being on the ground floor for e-commerce marketing during its infancy and seeing the growth stage to where we are today, would you say that we're in the golden era of e-commerce?
We talk about this a lot now. Are we in the golden era of e-commerce? I think there were several golden eras of e-commerce. We can call this one a golden era of e-commerce, but I think that when e-commerce was in its infancy, that was also a golden era of moving goods online. I think it was kind of mind-blowing. Today, I think we're in this golden era of technology. And that golden era of technology represents different things like AI, right? It's a conversational point that everyone wants to talk about. But it's confusing. People confuse artificial intelligence with machine learning, with regular software that just does stuff and has been doing stuff for the last 10 years. And so it's confusing. And it is a golden era because those technologies, I think in this technological golden era that we are in, they are now intersecting to create something that we're only of dreams. We're only of dreams. We're sci-fi. And we're living in that sci-fi moment, right, where we talk about different things like headless e-commerce. Well, what the fuck is headless e-commerce? It sounds cool. It sounds interesting. Is it really interesting? Or is it just some dumb vernacular that we're going to use to, dupe people and get them to buy something cool and shiny? And it's not. It's kind of insane, right? Imagine shopping in an environment that it's platformless, right? You're now shopping on TV, you're shopping on Instagram, you're shopping instantly anywhere. That is a reality of e-commerce in the future. So the golden era of e-commerce is more so the golden era of technologies and how those technologies intersect for this industry specifically.
Now, you touched on AI. How do you see AI unfolding for e-commerce? Is it an evolution or a revolution?
What a great question. Is AI a evolution or revolution for e-commerce? AI is a little bit of both. It's an evolution because it's going to flip the way we interact with how we buy items upside down. You're now going to have, hopefully, headless platforms collecting data from all over the place about you and creating a profile. So now you have the brand itself giving you exactly what you want. We experienced a little bit of that with programmatic ads, right? With ads on Google and ads on Facebook, where we understood that, hey, we're talking about certain things, we're looking up certain things, we're now getting targeted. It is now beyond that. We're getting pitched items and products. So there's the evolution. The revolution is e-commerce itself and what happens to e-commerce. Is it called e-commerce, or is it just things just happen, right? I mean, you're on your phone and you talk about needing a shirt, and all of a sudden you have an app or a text that displays 4 different shirts and 4 styles from 4 brands and gives you the sizes that you want, and it just transacts somewhere. So that's the revolution part. So it's a little bit of both. And I think that's exactly how business continues to evolve, is intersecting the two.
Now, we're talking about how AI is evolving the way brands interject themselves with consumers. How do you see it affecting digital marketing agencies as a whole in the future?
Digital marketing agencies can't be scared. There are so many digital marketing agencies that are afraid of the AI technologies that exist out there, whether it's media buying AI, or optimizing a platform, or an SEO AI, or PPC AI. It's just another technology. My job as an agency leader, and the agencies out there need to hear this, our job as agency leaders are to adopt those technologies and be create strategy of how they're used and deployed to increase the revenue of our client. That is our main objective and always has. AI is going to just create more efficiency. It's going to reduce the cost load on the client. And puristically, what we get paid on for today, and for the last 13 years that I've been building an agency business, has always been my strategic value and this company's strategic value. We hire the best and the brightest minds to deliver the best and the brightest strategy in order for your business to succeed. AI is nothing but a tool in our tool belt. So once agencies understand that, they can start to kind of drop the anxiety levels. I have very open discussions about AI. And in fact, we have one of the strongest partnerships with the leading AI technology marketing platform, an MTA, a multi-touch attribution company that has a multimedia mix AI planning tool that's absolutely fucking amazing. And that company is northbeam.io. And their CEO is a very close friend of mine. And am I afraid of Northbeam? And are we competitors? Absolutely not. We're a liaison for Northbeam. We're going to help Northbeam, and Northbeam is going to help us create strategies to help their clients succeed and understand how to utilize the AI, when to utilize it, how it's a weapon to succeed, how we're going to save them money on unnecessary fees that they pay agencies. Agencies puristically collect on the wrong set of values and services. If you have an agency that is the best at what they do, they are going to bill on their strategic value. Full stop.
We talk about the challenges that brands face. What about the successes? If we can put e-commerce in a vacuum, what are the 3 things that most contribute to success in e-com?
The biggest challenge for brands to grow today is multifaceted, and I really want to answer this question with the most important challenge. And I think brands suffer from a lack of unlocking that 30% of their own brand that makes them extraordinary. And I think that comes from not having a real deep understanding of who their customer is and what their value proposition continues to be. And I think brands that get real disciplined about their value proposition and they get real disciplined about who they are and puristically trying to stick to that end up succeeding to the highest levels. And I think brands that can't really unlock that start leaning on different areas of business around them to fill in the gaps, and that's okay. But when a brand continues to work on brand and then brings in smart players like us, a performance marketing agency, to help them win, that's when they start succeeding at the highest level. So the biggest challenge for a brand, I would say, is how do you continue evolving the brand? How do you continue creating new product, creating new designs, keeping the brand cool? That is the biggest challenge. The performance marketing side is the side that can be the steroid and can help you scale super fast if you know your brand and you know your customer and you know your customer's lifetime value and everything else that's associated with.
We talk about the challenges that brands face. What about the successes? If we can put e-commerce in a vacuum, what are the 3 things that most contribute to success in e-com?
Not trying to sound repetitive, but putting brand first. Focusing on your brand, building your brand, focusing on quality product. I recently did a sit down with NJ from APL, and she, as a founding partner, is a testament, right, to putting quality product first, and then brand first, on layering it on top of quality, and doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on that element alone. And I think the e-commerce brands that do that without getting caught up in the minutia win. And I'm trying, and I'm doing my best, and I have made this promise to me and the rest of my team that we're only going to have client partners that are brilliant entrepreneurs. I have a treasure trove of clients that are quite simply brilliant entrepreneurs. And what makes them brilliant is that they focus on what they're best at. They focus on what they're best at. They don't get caught up in the minutia, and they hire people around them that are the best at what they do. And those men and women that are entrepreneurs continue to kick ass. And we love supporting them. I love supporting them.
Let's talk about some challenges. GA4 was a nightmare for most DTC brands. How did Sky Diamond Elite handle it with your client partners?
GA4, let's be honest. GA4 was a nightmare for our brands, and GA4 was a nightmare for us. It was a nightmare for everybody. We spent, and when I say we, particular members of our team, Jacob and Nate and Angie, actually a lot of our team members, grueling days, grueling nights, grueling afternoons, sleepless days, sleepless nights, trying to uncover design mastery quickly because our clients were in pain. It was painful. It wasn't fun. But, I would say our expertise has grown from a 10% level to a 95% level. There's always areas where we can grow, so I'll never give myself 100% in any area. So 95% is going to be the best you'll ever get out of me in terms of me answering a question of our expertise. GA4 is something that we solved swiftly, that we had our expectations set clearly with our clients. We got their patience. We've always had their trust. That is the number one thing that I have with my clients is their trust. They know that we will do right by them and we will be transparent about what we're going to deliver. So even though it was a tough journey, we were able to solve GA4 and make similar views similar to GA3, create comfortability with it, problem solve with GA4, and even, I would say, even a better way than GA3 did for our entire client portfolio. So I'm very proud of my team and how they handled the entire GA4 situation.
Brands have a heavy dependency on digital marketing agencies. Very few can keep it all in-house. What would you say is the best way to navigate through the snake oil for an e-commerce director, C-suite, or founder to read through the BS and find the truth in partnering with the best digital marketing agency possible?
Full stop, this is my favorite question. How does a brand deal with the snake oil and the pitchiness and everything else that is to the detriment of an agency that makes it a used car, makes it feel like a used car sale? This is advice time to those potential individuals that are hunting for an agency. Be wary of the pitch. Meaning, the truth is in the resources, in the talent, and the team that you get. 9 times out of 10, agencies today love to wow you with an amazing deck. And I'm not saying that we're now going to create our own deck, not having one for the last 8 years. We're creating our own deck to kind of synthesize and productize what we do. That's where we're terrible. We don't have a productized solution. We really, have been creating custom solutions, custom strategy solutions, resource allocation for the last 7 years for our clients, to our detriment, right? I mean, it doesn't help us scale, but it's the right thing to do and keep that boutique feel and touch for our clients. So I'm working actively on trying to balance that, but I will not balance it and sacrifice the quality of our service delivery. I refuse to. Agencies today don't give a shit. Agencies today are more focused on revenue, on the churn, on solidifying their lead gen source. I wish I put a lot more focus on solidifying my lead gen source. I put my eggs in our agency's basket on performing and performing well and keeping the retention at that 97%. So, without this becoming a rant, number one, be wary of the pitch. Are you getting the team that you are being pitched? There is a lot of bait and switching that happens after you're pitched. It sounds great, and you're getting the JV squad. Number two, are they setting clear expectations against clear KPIs? Number three, are those KPIs around revenue? We don't give a fuck about fluffy metrics. Neither should you. Fluffy metrics do nothing for your business. You should not care about vanity. And it comes down to revenue and the honesty behind how you're going to achieve that revenue, right? Agencies don't like to give the brand credit. You have to give the brand credit in order to measure ROAS and scale effectively. So if that's a few pieces of advice I can give to individuals that are hunting for an agency, please take that seriously. And it does matter what their expertise is. We are fashion, we are luxury. If you are Newegg and you're the biggest electronic retailer on the planet, I don't want you as my customer. I don't care about you. I have no understanding of your business or your world, and I don't have any data that proves anything for me to create solutions that help you succeed, period. And that goes for any other enterprise e-commerce company that wants to work with Sky Diamond Elite that is not in our brand or our wheelhouse, period. We service the fashion business, the apparel business, the beauty business, the luxury business. That is what we do. That is where our data lies. That's the revenue that we touch. That is where we've spent countless hours, time, blood, sweat, and tears creating solutions for. We don't tire kick there. And it matters, right? So when an agency says to you, oh, you know what, digital marketing for a dentist and digital marketing for a fashion company is the same thing. No, it's fucking not. No, it's not. Don't ever believe that bullshit. It is a lie. What I know about my industry and how I perform in this business will take the guy that's the expert with the dentist or the dental agency 4 to 6 months, if he's lucky, to figure out, which I'll figure out in 4 to 6 hours and my team. It matters which niche you specialize in. So just take that as well as the number one piece of advice to make sure that your business succeeds.
You talk about Sky Diamond Elite as a boutique agency. What sets Sky Diamond apart from the big dogs like Dentsu?
Oh, I love this question even more. What separates Sky Diamond from Dentsu or W Promote? We care a lot. Like I said, I grew this agency to some people's perspective incorrectly. I haven't grown as fast as we should have or could have, given the talent collective that we have in-house. Agencies out there have sacrificed service delivery quality for their self-preservation in terms of how they've put together their own growth strategies, what they have marketed versus what they've delivered. Dentsu companies, same thing. Can I sit here and proudly say that we've, conquested, not actively, but accidentally, several of Dentsu clients? Absolutely. Have we outperformed Dentsu and their agencies at every juncture? Absolutely. Have we had much more honest conversation and delivered the actual resources and the actual talent to help our clients succeed that most agencies could not? Dentsu in particular, W Promote in particular? Absolutely. These are just facts. And when you look at my client portfolio and the agencies that have worked with us in the past and the clients that we worked that we work with now and the clients that we worked with in the past, I have carte blanche on asking them anything about our performance and what we've done to help them succeed. We have rave reviews because if we cannot help you, we step down and we resign the account, period.
You have obviously inherited or one over various brands that were connected with these bigger agencies. What is it that you're hearing from these brands, and why are they now seeking out a boutique agency like Sky Diamond?
Yeah, the brands that are leaving, the iProspects of the world, the Havasas of the world, the big name agencies, they are, and especially during tough economic times like this, they want to get back to their core principles, brass tacks. They want to know that they have real talent offering real solutions. They want to know their talent. They want to know their talent. Who's our data analytics guy? Oh, it's Nate Lockett? Okay. Can we interview Nate Lockett? Great. How long is he going to be on our account? I mean, there is not a corner in my agency that you can reach out and touch somebody, right? And that's special, right? And at these larger agencies, there's a lot of BS rhetoric about, we have this division and these groups and this is what they handle and this is what they do. I mean, listen, creating vanity, not around metrics, but your resources and sugarcoating the actual service delivery and the value of that service delivery is something that's getting sniffed out quickly. And with the advent of AI, these guys are screwed, right? So you have AI that's overtly transparentizing things that none of these agencies wanted you to know, right? Where we know exactly where our value principles lie with the kind of resources we offer and what those value principles are. The larger agencies are getting lost in the sauce, giving you a giant deliverable, against against riding on the laurels of their brand. No one gives a shit about the laurels of your past. You're only as good as your last success. These large agencies need to remember that. You're only as good as your last success. So if your last success was 1 year ago, no one fucking cares. My last success was 3 hours ago, and that's a fact. So larger agencies are beginning to understand that, and clients are getting smarter about how they want to spend their money, who they want to spend their money with, and do they want long-term partners that give a shit about their business.
You talk about long-term partnerships. These other brands tend to rotate through their talent. How is it that Sky Diamond is capable of maintaining the talent they've had over the course of the past 10 years?
That's a great question. How do we retain the talent that we do? It's not easy. It's really hard. I think what makes us special is our culture. And not only our culture, but our effort and our strive to be great. And I'm not saying we're great. We're not perfect. We don't have a perfect culture at Sky Diamond. We are always trying to achieve perfection with our culture. We're always trying to make sure that our employees and our resources and our talent are being heard, that they're given a platform to succeed at every juncture. We do everything to promote internally. We do everything to give education to our talent internally before we even look outward. We try to give them time to spend with their families as much as they need. We try to institute a work-life balance. I've instituted a State of the Union every first Monday of the month. And the purpose of that State of the Union is so my team members are heard. My team members are heard. They can express anything and everything that they want, kind of like in this anonymous honesty box that we have, right, digitally. And they're heard. And I'm a very effective leader when it comes to making sure that my team members come first and my clients do not. Let me be clear about that. My clients don't come first. I know that's weird to say, but my team members come first because they are the ones that ensure that our clients succeed. And if I have a client that cannot appreciate that or understand that The reason why our team members are as good as they are is because we culturally put them first and make sure that they are in an area that's comfortable, safe, protected to do what they need to do and be successful. And in turn translates into our agency's success and our client's success. And I have clients that I've had for 15 years. I don't know which agency can say that. And if you're an agency that has a client for 15 years, I would love to talk to you and partner with you. You're the kind of agency that I want to be aligned with. We will work together. That is all I need to know to work with you, period. So I know that me putting my people first and not my clients first has led to my success and also my detriment, right? It is what it is.
And we have time for one more question, the elephant in the room. With the current economy being as it is, what is one thing that you would advise to every DTC founder? No fortune cookie logic here. Just give us some dessert to finish the meal. Okay.
If you want the brass tacks on what do you do in a shit economy for a DTC brand, you hunker down, you keep the lights on brand, you back down on prospecting marketing, you double, triple down as much as you can on the bootstrap organic brand building that you can, and you hold the line. You be careful about frivolous media spending. You rein it back. Keep your core team, your core talent. Hold the line, but don't stop marketing. And smart marketing, right? Deploy dollars in a way where you have an agency partner like us. We give insights on, hey, this is some cheap inventory coming up on Meta. Because no one bought it, because everyone's afraid. Hey, let's buy this inventory. Also, having a strategic partner or strategic individuals internally is important to make sure that you make the smartest decisions possible in a down economy. So personally, we've helped our clients save bucket loads of money by buying media at the right time in the right place, being predictive, because we have those type of relationships, and we manage, a big client portfolio. So we have insights that most agencies don't. But I mean, not to make that, answer self-serving, double down on your brand. Your brand is what brought you to the point where you are today. Utilize the minimum effective dose from an agency partner or your performance marketing partners. Double, triple down on what's working as well. This is the time to do that. So there you go.